Hello everybody, welcome back to another Minecraft Redstone video. Today I will be showing you how to build a flush 3x3 piston door. I've been working on this for the past couple of months because after I built my 2x3 flush piston door over there, which I also have a tutorial on my channel if you would like, but it's been bothering me that I couldn't quite get the top half, so I just decided to actually sit down and get it done, which I did. So here, if I just show you it working, I just grab a block, activate it, boom, now it's closed, and it also opens in a very nice, fast fashion. And also there are no blocks showing, so it is completely seamless, so it looks very nice in any kind of base. So if you want to build this yourself, here is the material list. Pause if you need, but just a couple of notes is that these do not have to be iron blocks, any solid block works. These 9 gold blocks are just the blocks to signify what your door is actually made out of. I'm just using gold because it stands out, so just make sure that these 3 blocks here will be part of the door and also showing. Same thing with the top. Also, these do not have to be powered rails, they can be activator rails, and these do not have to be obsidian. They can also be just any immovable object, so furnaces, dispensers, anything that cannot move. And also in this video there are going to be a lot of jump cuts of me just going back and forth. This is a fairly complicated build, so I will need to double check a lot of it, so sorry about all the cutting. Otherwise, let's get straight into the tutorial. To start off with this tutorial, these 3 blocks here are going to be the bottom 3 blocks of your doorway. So if this here is your 3x3 flush door, with this being the floor that you stand on, just to give you a reference point for the rest of this build. So what you do is with these 3 blocks of your doorway, go out the side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over 1, and this here will be your starting block. So first off, build down underneath this iron block, or down from the starting block, place an observer facing down like so, place out 2 observers like so, with another observer facing sideways like that. I also have a texture pack installed showing you the direction of some of these blocks, so just in case you get confused about some block placements, that will hopefully help you out. Next, place 3 observers facing up like so, 1 like that, and then place a repeater facing sideways like so. It will send a signal through, but that doesn't matter much. Next, place a block on top of that observer, and 2 sticky pistons facing sideways like so. Next, go around to the back of the build, place an observer like this, an observer facing up, place 2 blocks off the side like this, place an observer here, and grab a note block, place it at the end of this observer, place down 2 observers facing upwards, take some rails, place them on these 2 blocks like so, place another 2 observers facing up from those 2 rails like this. Place down a solid block right here, and then place down 1 piece of obsidian right here. Next, place a solid block on top of this observer right here. Place another block down like so, with a repeater on top set to 2 ticks. Now place a block facing at the end of that repeater with a redstone torch on top. On this iron block, place a sticky piston facing sideways like so. Now fill in these 3 blocks, place 2 repeaters, set this one to 3 ticks, and set this one to 2 ticks, and a redstone dust like so. Next, go down to the bottom here, place an observer facing into that observer like so, place another note block at the end there, place another observer facing into it, with a block at the end, a sticky piston, and an observer facing vertically. Now place in 3 blocks like so, 2 redstone dust, and a repeater set to full delay. Now place a block in at the end of that repeater and fill in 6 blocks like so. Next, place in 3 repeaters, all set to 2 ticks of delay. Run redstone along the back of it. Place observers all facing into these repeaters, facing vertically, with blocks at the back of them. And also, these here are like part of your hallway, so make sure that these blocks are do look nice. They also have to be solid blocks, so not glass or glowstone or anything. They have to be solid blocks. That is very, very important. Now go to the front and place down 6 sticky pistons, all facing vertically, like so. You can shift click on the side of repeaters to make it a little bit easier to place. And yeah, they should look something like this. I'm just going to remove these gold blocks now because they do kind of get in the way. Now, place a block here on the side and a line of 4 blocks, all like so. Grab powered rails or activator rails, just your pick of rails. 3 along here and 1 on top. Place a repeater like so right here, and place 2 observers facing upwards like so. Place a block on top of this one, and also another note, this block will also be showing on the outside of your wall. So if this is your doorway, you will have a wall here, whatever, this will be visible. So just make sure that this is also a good looking block that goes with your build. And then place a sticky piston right here. On top of all these powered rails, place down observers with solid blocks above them. Now you can fill in the material you want your door to be. So all you have to do is just fill in these blocks like so with whatever you want your door to be, and now you can test it out to make sure that you've done it right. So what you need to do is just place an observer facing into the block like this, and this will be your activation method of the entire door. All you need to do is send a single tick pulse through this block. An easy way to do that is an observer with just any activation method. Just make sure that it's only a single tick pulse. Anything higher than that and the door will break. So just make sure that you do only a single tick pulse through that in any means possible. But yep, the door should just work like this. So yeah, now onto the top part of the door. And for that, you will take an observer, place it facing upwards from that redstone dust on the corner here, facing into a block. Grab a note block, place it off to the side of there with an observer facing upwards like so. Now place an observer facing into the side of that one, into a block, a note block off to the side, an observer facing down, into a block, with a normal piston facing upwards on top of that obsidian. I know I did that very fast, but just take a look at this observer placement, make sure that those are all facing the correct way. Now, off to the side of this observer right here, place a block and another block here. Also, another note, this block will be visible inside of your doorway, so just make sure that this is also a nice looking block. Place a redstone dust on top of it, a repeater facing sideways, set to 2 ticks of delay. Place a block on top of this observer. Place a normal piston facing sideways like so. And also place a sticky piston facing downwards and remove that temporary block right there. Now, on top of this 2 tick delay repeater, place an observer facing into that observer, another one going up, and one going sideways, just so it's making a loop like so. Now, on the back, place an observer right here, and another one facing down. Now would be the easiest time to fill in the blocks. So above this piston right here, place down a normal block. This can be literally any block, it does not matter. Place in your 3 sticky pistons like so. They all have to be facing this direction, so just make sure they are all angled like so. And now on the back of this sticky piston, place an observer facing like so, another one going up into a block, place another block on the side like so, with a redstone dust on top of that. Now, from here, place a block right here, and then 6 sticky pistons all facing downward, like so. Place 2 repeaters here and here. Make sure this one is set to 2 ticks of delay. An observer right here, a block here, 3 blocks like so, 3 redstone dust, an observer facing upwards into this redstone dust, another one like so. And then 2 redstone dust placed like this, and grab a target block and place it right here. Off of the side of this observer right here, place another observer into an immovable object. I'm going to grab the one from down here, right here, place a block here, and an observer facing downwards. Place a redstone dust like so, and a 1-tick repeater right here. Now, place a note block on the bottom of this repeater, place down 2 observers like so, into a block, go down underneath that block like so, a block off to the side, and place your second target block right here with redstone dust facing like so. Underneath this target block, make sure that you have an immovable object. That is very, very important right there. Place a normal piston facing upwards like so. On the side of this note block, place a normal piston again, and a sticky piston on the top right there. Next, place an observer facing sideways like so, with another observer facing upwards, and also downwards like this. Place an observer facing that way like so, and then 3 observers going up, a normal block right there, and a note block off to the side. And also I recommend placing a normal block on top of this note block just to make sure it doesn't make any noise when activated. Now you can place in 4 blocks along the top like so. Very important that that is 4 blocks filled in right there. Place an observer here, an observer facing upwards, another block, a block off to the side, and a redstone cross like so. Something that I totally forgot to do is make sure that you have an immovable object on top of this sticky piston right here. That is very, very important as well. After placing in that obsidian block, also make sure that you fill in these 3 top blocks right here. And now you should be good to activate the machine. So just activate the observer and it should close. And then you can also open it right back up. And also make sure that when you are operating this door, do not spam the input. Make sure that the pistons fully close across the top. I mean, you could give it some, you do have some time to do it before all the pistons finish moving, but it's just good practice to make sure that doesn't happen. So now, once you have the door closed, you can just fill in the rest of the build around it, so you can just make it all look nice and pretty by building up your walls and whatever, and you just wouldn't really know that the door is there if you just use all the same blocks. So yep, just I know that was very fast, but yep, the door opens up nice, and then now you got yourself a cool little tunnel to walk through. Otherwise, that is all that I have for you today. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me down in the comments. I will reply to you as soon as I see it. I will try to answer all the questions that I can. But otherwise, that is all that I have for you today, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.